Hey guys, good morning here. So I want to give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes of what this looks like to be part of the Trade Confident membership. We ended up calling out this was on Tuesday, that Bitcoin is most likely coming up and it would not be bullish until we broke about 97,000. We'd most likely hit this and move back down. That's happening right now. We're actually forming a bear flag. In fact, if you guys look at the previous formation here with Bitcoin, we've actually broken into bear flag structures 2 times previously, and I do think we can probably move down further on this move. Okay, so what do I want to share with you guys today? I think there is, yes, it is put pretty boldly here. I think we need to prepare for the mother of all crashes. And the reason for this is we're going to go really deep into the possibility of the reverse carry trade playing out, where if you guys don't know what this is, it's where the Bank of Japan ended up allowing trillions of dollars to be borrowed at 0 to negative interest rates. Those dollars were converted into US dollars, placed into the stock market and cryptocurrency and everything else that was basically yielding more than a 0% return. Okay. If Japan raises their interest rates on the decision meeting on December 18th, if they raise their interest rates and the US, which we have a higher percentage chance of decreasing by 25% than staying flat, if the US decreases and Japan increases, the larger spread we have there means that most likely the reverse carry trade is going to take place. Simply put, those billions of dollars that were put into foreign markets like stock market and cryptocurrency, when interest becomes due and it starts being called back with a higher interest rate, you've got to pull from the place where you put that money. So there is a possibility here that if on the 18th of December, Bank of Japan increases their interest rates, then we are going to probably see one of the biggest crashes in stock market crashes you guys have seen for a long time. And it's going to impact cryptocurrency as well. What's the precursor sign that we're actually going to get a reverse carry trade in the Bank of Japan? The BOJ is going to increase interest rates. It is the 10-year and the 30-year bond increasing. And the 10-year has been exploding to the upside. Let me show this to you guys. I'll do this real quick, and I won't go too deep into this. This is a very small bit that we're going to talk about. But this pattern has formed before, where this wedge pattern has broken out, and it has typically shot the bond up incredibly fast. And it's exactly happening again. The problem with this, guys, is that the precursor to the Bank of Japan increasing their interest rates and the reverse carry trade playing out and 30 to 40, maybe 50% drops in stock market and cryptocurrency happening is if we get close to 2% by the 18th. Guys, we're at the 5th. We're at the 5th. We have 13 days left, and we can actually make this up in 24 hours with a previous candle. So I think the Bank of Japan, something is breaking. It's absolutely breaking right now, and it's about to snap because they can't service their debt. They're 240% GDP to debt ratio. That is horrible. Okay, it is in trouble. Even Brandon Biggs, a prophetic individual out there, said that the euro in Japan is in trouble prophetically. So what I did this morning, guys, is this. This is a link over at tradeconfident.io. There's a link in the description. I actually show you guys how we're trading our $1 million account. Actually, it's about $1.7 million we're trading right now between all of our different assets. But I'm showing you guys how I'm preparing. I'm going to start this video by actually going through posts that show you full objective reasons of why people are bullish right now and why people are bearish. Like, I need you guys to just listen to me for a second. Before you make another decision, you need to see the data that says the analysts are looking at to say we're going bearish. Analysts that are looking at the really bullish data. Once you can sit objectively and look at both sides and then go into a decision making of how much you have in cash and buy limits versus exposure to the market, then you're positioned well. My concern is that many people are looking for the narrative that they want to see in the market and they're siding with what they want to see. That is horrible, immature trading. Maturity says, look at both sides, assess them objectively, and let's make a wise decision with risk management. I'm going to get really detailed. I will show you guys how much money I have in gold and silver, how much money I have in buy limits and cash, as well as how much money I have in the cryptocurrency market, and show you guys why I am at the percentages I am. Because once we go over all these charts and I show you guys the money rotation that's happening in the background and I can see where big players are placing their bets right now, there's a reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. And there's a reason why I have not sold any of my XRP, and I will explain that in this video. Okay? So tradeconfident.io is where you guys are going to access this. Now, we have been using indicators to time the bottoms, and I think you guys are really going to want to see this. The market cycle highs and lows indicator, this indicator did call the bottom of Bitcoin the last 2 cycles. And this is done on altcoins as well. When we hit the fear and max fear section here, the market is overextended and we're at the lows. It did it perfectly the last 2 cycles. So what we're watching for here, guys, is if the reverse carry trade plays out, what metrics do you have that you know that they've been able to time the market cycle lows before? And the chances are you probably don't have them. We coded AI indicators to be able to do this. So we have this set up. We've got alerts set up here on altcoins that we're following in concerned fear and max fear. Because if we hit any of these areas here, guys, on this drop, we are going to gobble up cryptocurrency. This goes for all of your altcoins as well. Okay? The way you would do this, I'm going to show you guys a quick example of this, and I'll show you guys how to access this, is go over to the alert section. You're going to choose whatever asset you want. We're going to use Bitcoin for an example here. And we're going to go to the market cycle highs and lows. Every single sentiment is visible here. I want everyone on Bitcoin to set up concerned, go to once per bar close, click create. I think everybody should be going over here to market cycle highs and lows and setting up fear and creating this, as well as coming over here and setting up the alert for max fear and once per bar close. That's all you guys have to do. And if Bitcoin gets down into these sections where we drop into concern fear or max fear, this is, by the way, guys, we've never hit this in this cycle. So if we start hitting these moves, we're going to start getting into this type of capitulation. But guess what? When that happens, it's the best place to buy back in. So if you're waiting in cash on the sidelines and you want the best opportunities before the market goes up, you work with what's called deviations from your point of control. And when the market goes a certain deviation away from our point of control, the market literally snaps backwards and it goes back up. This is how you time the bottoms of cycles, guys. So we built this to be able to give us alerts to know when we should be throwing money back into the market. And we're going to do that once we get into concern, fear, and max fear. And we're going to do this on our altcoins as well. Okay. Last but not least, guys, the Pro Trade Manager. This, guys, if you want to take this, I was going to show this to you, but I'll show this to you right now. If you want to have like the most conservative, but like the most like oversold possible, go to normal highest accuracy. If you guys click normal highest accuracy and set this to, well, you could still set this to a 0 if you wanted to, but if you set this to a 2 or a 0, we'll go with a 0 for now. What you guys are going to see is you're going to get very, very few dots in the market. But when these dots show up, they're going to be pretty significant. The next green dot that you get on Bitcoin with the default settings set to normal and 0, I think that could be the bottom of Bitcoin this cycle. I think it could be. Because the previous times we've received this, we've received these lower points where it has been the bottom of the cycle before we've seen moves back up. So I want to actually share that with our members and people who've had this. Keep it at 1520, go to normal, and then set this at a 0. Once this actually oscillates back down here and gets down to this level, that is where the altcoins are probably hit their lows. And I would actually believe that we would get an alt season coming out of that, based off the charts that I'm going to show you guys today. Okay. So those 2 indicators, you guys do get massive discounts if you guys follow me in the plays that I make with my portfolio. If you don't want to get a membership, that's fine. But if you do, we're giving you guys $150 off each of the AI indicators that we came out with. And volume bubbles is an incredible indicator. Just don't have time to go over that today. If you're like, I don't want a membership, but I think these are awesome and I know they're going to help me, guys, use TC50 and you guys will get a discount. Also, if you guys are using our Pro Pack or our top and bottom finder that is responsible literally for 314 wins and 0 losses, then you guys get 60% off all these indicators as well. So we are taking these indicators, we're using this on our $1 million plus account that we have. This is like, we still have $380,000 in cash, guys. So we're over $1 million here. And with our gold and our silver, we're at like over 1.7 million. I'm going to show you my full allocation today of how I'm playing this market and where I think it's going to go and how we're going to be using these indicators and tools to predict the lows, because they've done this in the past, to set ourselves up for 10, 15, 20x gains. We took a 1,500% gain on Solana. 1,500%. We took $14,000 and turned it into over $215,000 with all of our members here. That opportunity is coming again if you guys can time it with these indicators, because they're calling cycle bottoms. That's how important it is. Purchase the indicators. Email us if you have any questions about setting it up or understanding how to use it. We are here to help you, as well as you can see how I'm using it as I train you guys on using the indicators on $1 million account. And this is where I think things get very serious in the next few days with what could be playing out with the reverse carry trade. Please pay attention, guys. I'm going to mentor you guys as best as I can here with a live account and show you guys our success. We have over, I'll just end this here because just to show you guys proof of how well we've done. A lot of people have not made a single dollar this year, and I'm not bragging or boasting. We have done about $400,000 of profit. With our cost basis taken out, we've done over $500,000, which is over 50% gain in this year. 50% gain in this year, where people are like down 30, 40, and 50%. So we've had a good track record here of performance, of using the indicators, using risk management. And I think this is a place where you guys may just enjoy seeing my perspective on the market. So guys, God bless you. Have a very, very good day, a great weekend, and set those indicators up over the weekend. Watch the future forecast, and I will come out with the next future forecast on Tuesday of next week. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.